The historic Cabrillo Bridge is a national landmark and one of the most iconic sites in San Diego. Wonderful photos show great detail of the construction's early stages. Today, the bridge has been retrofitted and rehabilitated to last another 100 years and in time for the 1915 Expo Centennial. Come along with us as we are the first TV camera to go inside the bridge. The architect and engineer behind the historic Cabrillo Bridge is Frank P. Allen Jr. He was also the director of works for the entire 1915 Expo. Photos show the magnitude of the bridge's construction. The bridge recently celebrated 100 years. To ensure its stability, Caltrans retrofitted and rehabilitated the bridge.
Working on projects like this are challenging because not only do you have to solve the engineering problem, you also have to comply with the standards. And those things are very difficult to do. So I get a sense of pride because I do get to help maintain the structure and preserve its history.
We want to bring you a rare glimpse inside the bridge, and a Caltrans team has coordinated our tour. Our entrance is through the bridge's pier legs near historic Highway 163. This is the very first time a television video camera crew has gone inside. Wow. Was this door here the whole time?
No, one of the parts of this project was this was never accessed before, so we had to actually cut access holes into the structure at the base level in order to see what were the challenges we had.
To get inside?
Yeah, no one had ever been here since the bridge was built in 1914.
Most of the bridge had been completely sealed off since its construction in 1914, not until Caltrans began the bridge's retrofitting and rehabilitation project in 2013. Recent interior photos show what 30 feet of debris looks like. Debris had accumulated at every level of the bridge since 1914. All of it had to be taken out piece by piece. We get an idea of what workers face during the construction process, as we have to climb each level by ladder. What is this? The basement?
This is the basement, which is about 30 feet below the exterior ground level, the actual footing, which you can see way down there.
Yeah.
And what we did down here was we built some concrete anchor blocks.
Those concrete anchor blocks at the pier legs are the equivalent of 2.4 million pounds of force, keeping the bridge in place in case of an earthquake. We continue to climb to the top and can see the bridge's retrofitting and rehabilitation.
And this is the shear wall that we put in.
Wow.
And every piece of rebar, there's rebar at 6 inches each way, 2 mats all the way across this.
Wow.
Each piece of bar had to be brought down here by hand, set down, placed by hand. This is 15 feet tall.
We've climbed up to about 60 feet so far. Each of the bridge's level has had substantial work done. It's amazing to think how dozens of Caltrans workers worked side by side for an entire year and a half to finish the retrofitting and rehabilitation of the Cabrillo Bridge.
Yeah, here we're about 60 feet above the ground outside. This is the small arch that runs the length of the bridge underneath.
What was this like when you guys first came in?
Had some board forms on it. It was pretty much, they're in pretty good shape, these small arches.
Already, we've climbed 6 levels of the bridge and at this point are just about 40 feet below the sidewalk. We continue to move upward. The closer we get to the top, the more confined the space becomes. Well, this is really tight
Yes.
quarters here, but this was all...
Yeah, what we're constructing, we actually had boards on this level here going across, and you crawled in on your hands and knees. You're tied off to a cable with a harness on for fall protection. And we had to send people over the side, and that's about 15 to 18 feet deep. And they had to pull the board forms off one by one.
After all of the debris and board forms were cleared, extensive work went into holding the bridge together tightly. How difficult was it to get it all in here?
What we're looking at here is the pre-stressed tendons, and we have 2 of them on each side of the bridge. Each tendon is made up of 19 cables. And inside that cable, we have 780,000 pounds of force pulling the bridge together in each tendon.
That's 1.6 million pounds holding the bridge together on each side at the top of the bridge. It's taken us a total of 25 minutes to climb the Cabrillo Bridge. We've arrived to the most difficult part, climbing through this historic 18-inch manhole. So we're at the end of the tour. Pretty exciting, but so the trickiest part is actually getting out.
Yes, these manholes that were right above us in the sidewalk, they're 18 inches in diameter, and a standard manhole would be 24 to 36 inches. So trying to get up and out of this was challenging itself, especially if you have gear on.
Climbing through the manhole certainly puts things in perspective and the work conditions in 1915. Brian tells me each piece of board, wood, and debris had to be slowly and carefully carried out by hand.
Caltrans is vested in ensuring its bridge projects, especially on the historic bridge projects, that they comply with the Secretary of Interior standards, because we want to maintain the sense of history on this bridge.
Preserving one of San Diego's most visible landmarks will allow millions of visitors to enjoy the region's history for many years.